So here we go. We're over in the shed, and this is the design. Look at that Wonder Woman. Very, very cool. Really cool print. As you can see, we've got a nice panel at the back. Nice relief, so this should pour really well. Really looking forward to doing this one. This is the day's work. We're going to make this in silver, and this is a nice commission I've had. And let's get straight into it. The first job is to actually get some powder on it, so it comes out the flask easy, so it comes out the sand, so it doesn't stick. So that's what we'll do now. I'll just grab some powder, and what I'm actually using for that is some corn flour. Using corn flour today. You can use talcum powder, you can buy proper parting powder, but I'll use corn flour because that's what I've got at the moment. I've raided the kitchen, and it just works really well. And we're just working it in, and you put quite a bit on, and then you wipe it off. I mean, basically, you don't really want to be seeing any. I have put quite a bit on because I've just filled my pot up, so it's going everywhere. You try and get all the edges so it comes out nicely from the sand. Now, as you can see, there's hardly any, it's a bit too much there, and we just brush it off, and that'll ensure us that when we put the sand into it and we can press the sand in, that'll pull out nicely at the end. A little bit of a blow. Now that she's ready to be sand casted, so I'll clear this down, and then we'll go on to the sand casting. We'll get the flask out and do that. Right, the tools we're going to need to do this: a good old kitchen knife, a good old kitchen corn on the cob holder, and the kitchen dough slice. Mrs. Punk is going mad at me. She don't know where all these items are out of the kitchen, but they're safe in the casting shed. And now what we need to do is get the flask. Let's clean it down. And this is going to sit over here. Simple as that. Some old sand there. And we are now going to encase that in sand. And it's as simple as that. We just want to bury her in there so we get a nice crispy impression. Now, the first layer, we're going to sieve. So we've got the trusty old sieve. No, this one wasn't from the kitchen. This was from a charity shop. But I found the metal ones work the best. So just a bit of the casting sand goes in. Now, this is special. It's what they call casting sand, Petrobond sand. It's basically just very fine sand with some oil in. And as you can see, you can get some very fine granules. And the reason why we want it fine, it's so we can pick up all the details. So let's just get this first layer all over it. There we go. Now, the only part we've got to watch with this now is that we don't hit the flask, move the flask, and we try and keep the print in the same position. So what I'm going to do now is push this sand down and compress it around the print. And I'm just very lightly, nothing's moving, I can feel it, nothing's going on, just round the edges. Make sure the sand fills in everywhere. Just light touches. Now I can feel the bottom of the print there, so I'm just going a bit lighter. Now I'm going to hold the print and just press all around. Now sometimes you do get some movement and it's fine. You can fix it later on in the process, but it's easier to keep it in one position because we know when we pour in the silver, it's going to come in and it's going to be sitting in the right position. I mean, you do sometimes get some gaps around the panel or the piece you're pouring, and that's if it moves during this process. But again, that can be fixed, and it'll probably happen today. It happens all the time. But it's just one of those things. You got to know how to try and cut these things down so you don't have too many problems to fix. Now that's the first layer. We're going to put a little bit more on, and then we'll give it our first proper compression with a little bit of hammering. But I like to get a little bit of a layer down first before I use a hammer. So we've got the kitchen spoon, and we're just going to give it a light press down now. Hopefully it shouldn't move now. And just give it a fair amount of force, just like that, all the way over. And you want to try and keep these layers all even, no high spots. Just pushing down as you go. Right, hammer time. So there we go. And now we just fill up the flask full of sand, and that'll be the first half done. Now this is why we need the dough slice, to clean it all off, to get it nice and flat. Now we want to get the sand on top of here as flat as we can, because when we flip it over, this is going to be sitting down, so you need it level with the flask so it doesn't move when we compact on top of it and we add the sand on top. There's no rush, nice and slow, just take a little bit off at a time, making sure it's really flat. There's no low areas. If there is any low areas, just add a little bit of sand in. You can see there, that's gone a bit too low. Just rub a bit of sand in and it'll be fine. Right, let's get this turned over and we'll see if we've had any movement around the print. Now if I just hold it up a bit closer, as you'll see, we have had a little bit of movement at the bottom. Maybe a little bit at the side, but we can fix these things. It's to be expected, like I said. But first thing what we're going to do is clean the edges of the flask off, because this needs to, the top of the other flask needs to sit neatly, nice and flush, so you don't want no sand in the way, because that can cause gaps. So we just do that. I'll get rid of that. Where's the brush? Daughter's makeup brush. That does it. Right. Now we'll fix the problems we've got here. So we're just going to have to manipulate the sand, pushing it up. Pushing it up. A little bit of a rub. Same with the side. Just to make sure we get a nice panel at the end of it. And you just see these little things that take the extra time, but if you want a nice result, you got to do these little steps. It's these little things. So now we're going to put some more corn flour on, and this will stop the two halves of the flask sticking together. Now you can be really generous, as you can see there. Now that should stop any problems. I'll just clean that down a second. Pop him there. So there we have it. So exciting. This is the bit where it all starts coming together, and you're starting to get excited now with the anticipation of the pour. But basically, that's the first half done. Halfway there with the sand cast. We now put that on and we just replicate the process. So here we go. This is the moment of truth now. This is where we open the flask and we'll see what we've got. This is all exciting, because you never know. There we go. Sits in nice, as you can see. We've got the back of the panel, which is cool. Now what we've got to do, I'm just going to get rid of that sand out the top there. Let's get rid of that. Because what we need to do now is clear a channel for the silver to pour in. So that's the first job. So we're just spinning round here, and this is what they call the sprue hole. The sprue is the big chunk of silver at the top that solidifies after it's filled up the space you're casting. So I'm going to use my thumb for this. So I just push in there, and that starts it off, and then we're going to use a knife. As you can see, this kitchen knife, Mrs. Punk does moan that I nick all the stuff out of the kitchen, but it is a broken knife, so it's got a nice flat edge, and that helps us because that sits right up against the panel, nice and flat, so it gives us a nice flat edge. So then we can scrape away. 1, I like to do 3 for my size panels here. 2, go the other way. 3, now that gives us a nice pouring hole, a nice sprue to pour in. Now we just clean all this out now and make sure it's secure. We'll have a look down. If I just lift it up, as you can see the edge of the print, and that's where the silver will flow down, and hopefully, if all goes well, fills it up nicely. So let's just clean that out now. Just getting rid of all the excess, any dust or any sand, because you don't want no debris to actually push in with the silver, because obviously it'll spoil the finished piece. Right, so that's that side done. And it's the same process here. We just stop a little bit shorter, we don't go all the way to the panel on this side. Move that out of the way. So now comes a bit which can be a little bit tricky sometimes, depending on the design of the print. We've got to get this out of here without having too much breakage, because obviously if the sand breaks, our impression doesn't take, then it's just all been a waste of time. It's been a dead loss. So we now need to get that out. So I'll just give it a little bit of a tap. Now, I'm guessing, fingers crossed, this one should come out okay if I just turn it over, but we'll see. Yeah, it did. You can hear that. And there we go. There she is. How cool is that, Wonder Woman? It's come out very cool. You see, there's the mould. There's the impression. So now what we've got to do now, using... where is it? Using this, we just got to give it some vent lines around the edge, and that just lets any steam and gases escape, which I'll do now. There she is. So pleased how she's come out. Really, really cool. Now let's get the flask together. Oh, this is the exciting bit now. We're getting on to almost pour time. Now I'm just giving it a little blow to get rid of any debris. Fit them together. And then once the furnace is up to speed and the silver's melted, in it goes. And we should get Wonder Woman.